Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome to Wizzy's Designs by Dawn. Hold on. Okay, I had to mute my thing. So if you can still hear me, let me know. And welcome to Wizzy's Designs by Dawn. Welcome to part 3 of our sausage dog project. I have figured out how to use the punch needle, and tonight we're going to have success because I have already done 2 squares of the dog sweater and it turned out exactly how I wanted it to do. So, I just wanted to let you know, we're going to accomplish this tonight. It is part 3 of our, what's this? Part 3 of our sausage dog. So if you can hear me, drop a 1 in the chat, because I muted my computer. I don't know if that mutes everybody else. So, go ahead and, let me know that you can hear me, and I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. And I'm so proud of myself. I have gone 31 days plus 11, 41 days. Is that right? Yes, 42 days. 42 days of going live every day. Yes, there was a live that I went and it was like 5 seconds long. Doesn't matter. I still went live, so I'm pretty proud of myself. I've been going live over here on Facebook, but now my computer is working again and we're doing Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So hello, Instagram. If you're just catching the replay, because there's no little box above my head that says live, it will probably say I was live. And so that's how you know that it's no longer live. But I still want you to comment and I still want you to be a part of this and see this fun thing. Hey, Connie, how are you doing? Thanks for joining on. This is just gonna be a fun thing tonight. Let me switch over my scene here so we can see my 2 cameras. And you can see what we're gonna be working on tonight. Hold on, let me see if it's gonna work. Awesome, there's my 2 cameras. So here's our little puppy dog. Is he adorable? And this is our punch needle tool. I have figured it out. We're going to walk step by step on how to do it. But look, you can see that it's created those little loopy-loos that I was trying to do last night, and it wasn't working for me. But now I figured it out, and tonight we're going to do it together. Okay? So, so glad everybody's here, and make sure you're commenting and sharing the video. And Connie, over on Instagram, does it show that I'm live? I don't know how it works for the other people who can see me, because I don't have 1,000 followers yet, so I don't know if you could just see that I'm just popped up like live, or how does that all work? Can you let me know? So, okay, we're going to turn him on his backside, so we're going to turn him to the back here. I have taken some pencil and outlined his sweater marks so I know where to go up and how far I need to go down on my punch. This is a taunt, like a drum. Let me get my comments here so I can see people. And let me reply to her. Hold on one moment. Okay, so we're going to load our punch needle here. This is what our punch needle looks like. It has a fat open side here. You can see it. See that fat open part of the needle? Then you have a hole on top. And you also have gauges on how big you want your loops to be. There's a 1 to 11 on one side and 2 to 12. So you have your odds on one side and your evens on the other. And the way you thread this little doodad, super cool. This kit comes with its own little threader. So here you can see it's just a metal device here that you stick. You load up through the front for this big bevel of your needle right here. You're going to stick this in here. You're going to stick it up the middle. It's going to come out the back. You see that? How it came out the back? Now, I'm going to pick my colors that I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to use, let's see here. These are the colors we're using. So let's go with, let's do a purple right now. And I'm not going to separate the thread because I was separating that last night and I didn't need to. But I am going to just undo it from this bunch. And I'm just going to work from the skein of the thread. So, put that in the garbage here. I guess I could keep the number. But you're going to get your edge of your thread. And where is it? I just saw it. Okay, so here's my edge right there. And I'm just going to pull a little bit so we have a little bit to work with. Okay. Try not to get it all knotted up. Because you want to have slack in your thread is what I've learned. If you don't have slack, hey Patsy, I've mastered the punch needle. It took me, I tried it today, I watched a YouTube last night, and we're going to master it tonight. So I'm just leaving it together whole. I think it's 6 strands together. You're just going to take your needle threader, you're going to pull your thread through your needle threader. And then this little device, it will pull it through all the way to the bottom of your needle, and it's going to pop out in just a moment. Okay, you keep pulling until you get your extra end out. Then you're going to open your threader, and you're going to pull your thread out of the threader. So now that's step 1. You have it, you've pulled it from the end, and you've pulled it all the way through. Now you need it to thread the eye of the needle. So you're going to go to the back of your needle. You're going to push your threader through the eye of the needle. And then you're going to grab your strand through the threader. Grab that little thread. And you're going to pull it through the eye of the needle. Okay, just keep pulling like you did to make it through the other side. You're going to release your thread by opening your threader. You're going to pull out your thread. So now your needle is threaded. My mother used to make needle rugs. Oh, that's cool. I thought I had done punch needle, but apparently I only did the loop. Like where you put it in the thing and then you loop it around and then you pull it through. And it was like tiny little pieces of yarn. So I thought it was similar, but it's not. It's completely different. Last night I was frustrated. I could not figure this thing out. I kept losing my stitches, and then it was just havoc. And so I'm like, this is not going to happen again. So you can have a little bit of tail left. What's different about this than crocheting or knitting or anything like that is you don't have to hide your tails. I ended up hiding like one of my tails here because I just punched over it. And here you can see where I cut it. It's just an open tail. Now, if I was going to plan on like washing this or something, I probably will still do it. But I'm probably going to put a little bit of like, you could put like some felt back here and cover up your stitch work, or you can put fabric Mod Podge on the top of it and it won't wash off and it won't go away. So if you're scared that your stitches might come undone or something like that, That's another way that you can secure your stitches in there and your thread, and you won't have to worry about it like coming undone. But as you can see, my needle is threaded. Let me get it here that you can see. You can see that my needle is threaded and it's pulled through. Now, when you go to work, you want to have slack on your yarn or on your string. And your opening of your needle needs to be pointing towards the way that you're going to sew. So if I'm sewing upward, then that opening, big open part needs to be facing towards I'm sewing. Tonight I'm going downwards, and I'm going to just follow the rectangles that I made here on my canvas bag here, because that is all the shape of the sweater of the dog. And so to do this, you are punching. You're going to punch it all the way to the top of the bevel right here. And then when you come up, you're just going to come up slightly, and you're going to glide across the canvas and punch down again to create your stitch. And you're going to keep doing this stitch after stitch after stitch after stitch. And if when you turn a corner, you just go in the direction of your open hole. So make sure you're going away from your stitches, really is what you're happening. And you want to keep no tension on your loose string here, because if you have tension, I think that's what was happening last night, all my stitches kept coming undone. So I learned that you don't need to have tension on this. You can pull and adjust your thread as needed. If you see like back here, like maybe your stitches are getting too big, you can undo it and do it again. So here we go. We're going to do this. So I just like to put my thumb here and hold my start so that I can see it. And then I am just going to punch. Did you hear that? It's like, okay, and then I'm going to pull up, making sure that big hole is facing the direction I want to go. And I just barely pick up and I glide over. Okay. You can make your stitches bigger. You can make your stitches smaller. I'll try to get it close to the camera here so you can see. So I'm just gliding ever so slightly. You want to hold it like a pencil, and you just punch it. And then you just keep going. Punch. And as you get a rhythm going, you can end up going pretty quickly. You just punch it down, and you can see how nicely it's sewing, guys. Like, this is how it's supposed to be. And then you want to keep sure that your string back here is not getting in a knot, and that you're gliding across your canvas, and you're just pushing. There is a lot of pressure that you put on this to push through, but your string should just glide nicely as you go. Okay. And I got off my line, but that's okay. So I'm just keeping that fat open of the needle towards the direction I want to sew. Okay, so there's my stitch line. Do you guys see it? Look, guys, we made our stitch line. It actually worked. Woohoo! Okay, now I'm going to turn the corner, and I'm going to just make sure that my fat of the needle is pointing to the direction I want to go sewing in. Push it in, push it up. Just glide across, punch down. Glide across. Oh, I grabbed a little bit too much. I'm going to pull a little bit back on my yarn. Still giving me some giving me lots of slack here. And I'm just holding it like a pencil. And ever so slightly, bring it up, bring it across. Bring it up, bring it down. And then I'm going up, so I'm going to turn my bevel going up. Hello, everybody. If you're just tuning in, I am needle punching, and it's working tonight. It did not work last night. You can go watch that live. It was so frustrating. So I watched about 4 YouTubes, and I figured out how to do it. And another thing is you want to go all the way down to the bevel. See how I am all the way down? Okay, that is what's forming your loops on the other side. If you go just a halfway down, you're going to have little tiny baby loops, and they're not going to be what you want unless you're going after baby loops. Oops, I pulled too much of my thread, so punch and go. Punch. And you want to hear that punch sound. Okay. And again, I'm just gliding. Oops, I don't like that stitch, so I can undo it just by pulling it out of the canvas. And I'm just punching it back down again. Pull up ever so slightly. Glide across. Think of like a little princess gliding across your canvas. Now you can see I'm getting a little taunt on my string, so I want to pull extra. And you're just working from the skein of the skein means the bulk of the yarn or the string. And I'm using the thinner needle because my string is not thick like yarn. Good night, friend. I'm so glad you came on. And then I'm just going up, following my square or my rectangle. And, oops. Okay. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Trying to make it so you can see. I'm just holding it like a pencil. And it actually goes pretty quick. Like, just got a little more tension to put there. So my needle. Okay, I'm going to rotate my product because that helps sometimes. Keeping my my string not taut, because that's the thing that's moving. Like we're embroidering, but not embroidering. Okay, this is where I just like to tuck my end in. So I'm holding the end in and making sure my bevel is still pointed in the direction I want to go. I'm going to lock it in there. And then I turn my project. And I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep filling in this square or this triangle. Rectangle, guys. It's a rectangle. Awesome. You can see good. Hi, Tanya. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. It's working tonight. I'm so excited. So I'm just going to hop over that little string. I'm going to punch down. Keep that big part of the needle facing the way you want to go on your sewing. So if you want to go up with your sewing, make sure it's facing up. If you want to go diagonally. Okay, so I've gotten some tension on my string. I'm going to reduce that. And sometimes you'll get a knot in your string and you'll be trying to like punch it. And then you're like, I can't punch. Well, it's because there's a knot in the holder. So then you just undo it. Okay. Oops, this guy is getting a little walking doggy. You don't have to be perfect. This is like, this type of art is, your handles last night was Grace. I'm so glad you got it sorted out. It was so frustrating. Oh, my soul. After the live, I was telling my husband, I'm like, well, that was a flop. I didn't accomplish anything last night. Oh, so annoyed. So then that made me like research and figure out. There's a lot of YouTube out there about how to do punch needles. So if you get your kit and you're like, how do I do this again? Is an option. It is. It's $30 and it comes with the punch needle, which is this device, this pencil thing. It comes with several skeins of color, and it comes with the dog transfer, and it also comes with the ink to do it on. And what does it come with? The only thing you would add would be like the embroidery hoop, and they're very inexpensive. So unless you have one at home, you have an embroidery hoop, that would work too. But this one is an oval, so I feel like it works really well. So I'm just giving myself some slack again. I'm going to turn my corner because I'm going up on the short end. And you can punch needle anything, really. It's just a fun way to decorate. Where's my hole? Oh, there it is. Okay. I lost the hole for a second. Now I know where I am. And I'm just going to go along the top here. And again, if you've never done this before, it's really, once you start it, I'm going to tell you this. Once you start it and you get it, it's actually very simple. It was just last night getting the whole, how do I do this thing down? But now I've got it. So easy peasy. You don't have to be so precise with it, which is nice because it gives you some things. So I'm just pressing, and just want to make sure that your surface is taut, so that when you are pressing, because you're pressing with a lot of might, you want to just make sure that things are taut and you're holding it like a pencil, keeping the fat part of the needle pointing towards the way you want to. So, and like I said, you can go, it starts going pretty quick because and then you want to keep it close to the canvas and you want to glide across. Okay. Pretty fun. Oh, my thread is getting a little thing. Yes, it was new last night, but look at her with tonight. You've got it like a pro. Oh, thanks, Tanya. Oh, that's what happens when you watch like 3 or 4 YouTube videos. You're like, that's what I did wrong, or oh, that makes sense. Okay. Oh man, I know. I told my husband last night. I was like, I didn't finish anything last night. That was totally flop. He's like, no, you didn't flop. He's like, it's called learning. I'm like, but I was trying to teach somebody. I was trying to teach them, and my teaching did not work. So that's how I talked to myself after a live, because I was like, oh, this is just ridiculous. I was so frustrated. But I was bound and determined to learn. And if I can do it, you can do it. Really easy. Once you understand, oh, I'm just barely coming out of the fabric and I'm gliding, and then I'm keeping my bevel pointed towards the way I want to go. Okay, I got this. Okay, and oops. And then if you pull yourself and you're like, oh, I got a little bit too, or I don't like that stitch, then you just redo the stitch. And that's nice because, like, crocheting and knitting, you always have to hide your ends. And on this one, you don't have to hide your ends. So that's cool. Last night, we also talked about the new spring launch that's happened. So that is now released. And the new colors and the color of the month, which is Lights Out, which is the lime green color of my walls. It's pretty much the same color. So that's exciting. And okay, my stitches are coming a little big right now, but hold on. It's hard to talk and chew gum and answers people's questions and all the things, but it's fun. And once it's just trying to get the purple here done. And I just took a pencil and outlined it on the back so I knew where to start and where to stop on my design. You can see it through the canvas, but I wanted to be very clear on my thing. So that's how you see the pencil marks on the dog. I'm going to tighten my canvas because it's starting to loosen a little bit, because it does take pressure to push your thread through it. Oops, where am I at? Okay, so release the tension a little bit on my thing. I'm going up and across. Do, do, do. I just like hearing the sound of it. Dunk, 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 dunk. And it's almost like a little, it's like a way to sew. And it goes pretty quickly. Like I did these two pretty quick. So we're already on our third line here. Again, I could do bigger stitches. Let's see here. And I'm just sort of keeping my middle finger to glide the needle, releasing the tension of my yarn, string, thread, whatever this is called. And I'm just bringing it up. And it's fun because even kids could do this because you don't have to have a perfect design. And the loops help to hide all the multitudes of sins of your stitches. So it really doesn't matter. Like right there, I'm just doing a big stitch. Coming in, rotating my design. So this is what we're working on tonight. We're just punch needling. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try to go a little quicker so it can. And when you're done, you just cut the thread. And you can go back and add color in between those if you wanted to and add a design, or people do some crazy stuff with punch needle. But you always want to make sure your needle goes all the way down and then back up and glide across your fabric. Come on. There it goes. And so just a little bit here. I'm ending up doing a little bit bigger stitch marks. Pulling up my excess here. And you can always go back and fill in those, you know, if you feel like, oh, I have holes on the back here, you can always go back in and fill it in, rotating if you wanted to, or you just leave it. I mean, you really can't tell like if you're missing a stitch there or not. Let's go that direction. Okay. Okay, let's glide. Now you can do this side. You can do like this kind of side on the other side if you wanted to. Or you can keep with the loops, or you can rotate it, but the punch needle itself, you can do all kinds of ways to showcase a punch. Sorry, I'm getting stuck all over here. Okay, some loose string, and then I'm just going to go, where is my, oh, that way. Okay, I'm rotating up. Gonna go up the sweater now. And I don't know who came up with this kind of thing, but it has been around for a very long time. And then also you could go to the other side where the loops are, and you could cut the loops, and then it would be like a frayed look. And that's one way to change the design. Guys, this is so much better than last night. I'm so excited that it's working. It was quite embarrassing last night not having it work. But that's the thing about real life. It's not perfect all the time, and we don't have to be perfect. So, it's pretty crazy. Okay, and I'm just punching it and going. Oops, a little bit too much punch there. Okay. Okay. We have a couple more lines left on this one. Like like I said, you don't have to be so close. You can be random with your stitches. You could be bigger. Okay, say that way. But if you like to have everything nice and orderly, go for it. If you want to be random and have big and small, go for it. Oh, that took some punch right there. But I think if you want to get your frustration out, this is a great way to get your frustration out. Just remember to keep your needle going in the way you want it to go, and you'll be good. So I'm releasing some of the tension from the string. We're going up the side again. Switching it. And we're going to go up again. So if you're just tuning in, welcome to Punch Needle 101, 2, 3, because that's what happened. I'm just going to go a little bit bigger stitches here in the middle. Glide across the fabric, keeping it low to the fabric. You don't want to come all the way up, because then that sort of pulls the tension. Okay, rotating again. Tonight in Awana, we talked about the plagues of Egypt, and they are 3, 4, and 5, 6. 3, 4, and 5. Oops. They're so funny. They're like, Ms. Dawn, there was frogs everywhere. I'm like, yeah, frogs everywhere. Ew. It was great. But it was, I do that every Wednesday night. Teach the 3, 4, and 5-year-old. I'm tired by the end of the night because it's a lot of energy exerted, but you know, it's still good. So guys, can you see like all that? I'm getting it all in there, and I'm just gliding and punching. Come across the top. Again, you don't have to rotate your fabric. It just was making it a little easier for me, but you can just come straight down as well. Just make sure you're punching all the way down to that canister of the needle. And then you can go here, go down. Oh, I'm getting tonked on my string. So, again, if you're just tuning in, welcome YouTube, welcome replayers. Make sure you're sharing the video and share it something like, hey, look, she finally did it, or, you know, something. I don't care. You can say, like, she didn't know what she was doing before. Look at now, she's doing something. Oh, man. Okay, just making my string loose on my skein here. And sometimes it gets wrapped around your arm. So just be careful on that. Okay, I'm going to just do a little bit more here. And try to fill this part in. And when you punch down, that's what's feeding this string, is feeding it for the loop underneath. So that's why you want to keep it loose, because if it's not loose, you won't be able to pull anything. Okay, I'm just coming back down. Sort of filling in those white areas that I think need to be filled in. Again, you don't have to fill it in. I just am. And it's just a pencil, like you're just holding a pencil. Then you start getting a little quicker. Okay, come back down this row. Let's keep going. It's actually really fun once you start going. It's like, oh, look, I can do it. And then if you want to stop, I'll show you what you do. So if this is something that looks interesting to you, say spring, type in spring and I can get you the link and you'll be able to get one for yourself. Okay, so I'm just filling in a little bit more here. And now I'm like, oh, okay, I think I'm done. So then I'm just going to put my finger here, pull out the needle, hold the string there at the end that I just made that loop, and cut it off. It'd be good to have sharp scissors. My scissors are not sharp. Okay, so you can see my string is there. My thread is still in my needle. I'm going to put that to the side. And then I'm just going to push this down back here. And you could just glue it into place or you can put a felt over it. But let's see how our purple looks, guys. Look! Doesn't that look cool? Isn't that super cool? And it really doesn't take long. You just have to go in and out, in and out, in and out. Look how cute he is. And then you can also like cut the loops if you wanted to. But I'm not going to. I'm going to leave them just like that. And that is how you do punch needle. Isn't that so cute? He's adorable. So we got some green and some orangey red, purple. Let's go to another color. So I'm going to put my purple there, leave it down. I'm going to roll up my purple so I can use it again. Let's see. See if I don't get it in a knot. That would be the best. Why is it that things just knot up so easily? Okay, I'm going to pull this out of my needle. Okay. Would be the best. Okay. Just finding the ends to my ends here. Okay, that was one end. Okay, okay. I think we're going somewhere, guys. Possibly. Yeah. Oh, this is looking much better than last night for sure. Awesome. So I think I'm going to go up with my, let's see here. Find the end again. Oops, I don't want the threader right this second. Okay, so there's that, and there's this. Okay, I'm going to just wrap it up like this. Wrap it around my hand so I can use it again. Hold on. My left hand is not wanting to hold my string. So let's try this again. Okay. Here we go. There we go. We're getting somewhere with this. And we're just wrapping it up. Like so. I think the next color we should do for the collar, I think I'm going to use bright yellow, I think. So I'm going to just put this skein, leftover skein, in the bag that it came in. just going to stick it in here so it doesn't get all lumpity. Okay. So we're going to start it again. We're going to undo the skein. Take off this paper thing. Okay. There's our skein. Our beautiful yellow. Hey, if you're just tuning in, I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to rethread my needle. We just did our purple. And I'll show you what it looks like in a moment. Okay, so look. This is what it looks like so far, guys. So cute. We got the green and the orange and the purple, and they're all little tiny loops. You can see that? That's so cool. Hey, I'm going to be doing the collar now of the dog. We're going to try to finish this guy tonight, okay? On camera. We're going to do my best. Okay, so here comes, you're going to thread the needle, up the needle, and out of the hole here. So you're going to go here, the base and the opening of the big hole, shove it up the canister here, get it into the hole. Come on. There he is. Okay, so now you have the threader. Then you've got your thread. Stick it through the threader. You're going to pull your threader through, which is pulling your thread through the needle. You're going to thread the eye of the needle with your threader. Okay. You're going to go to the back of the needle. You're going to put your threader, your thread threader, through the eye of the needle. Reach in, grab your thread, pull it through, and that is how you thread the needle. You pull out your thread, put your threader to the side. You are now ready to punch your project. So make sure you just have a little bit of thread sticking out. We're going to come over here and we're going to do his little collar. So just punch and go. Punch, go. And you can outline it first, or you could go up and down, side to side, diagonal. It's all up to you. But just keep that opening of the big needle, pointing in the direction you want to sew. And then make sure you have no tension on your string that is in the threader, because if you get tension on it, you won't be able to go anywhere. Your stitches will fall out. And then rotate up. The collar is narrow, so it shouldn't take that long. Glide across your fabric. Punch in. All the way down to the punch, all the way down. Keep punching until you fill in all your area. Okay, come on. And I just like to loop around that loose piece there. I'm so used to tucking in my ends that it, hold on. My needle just, okay, I punched way too hard. Let's bring it up. I think I was at. So be careful not to press too hard. or your needle will retract. Okay, well, couldn't be all the way perfect. That would just been too easy. Okay, loosen my thing. Getting my extra. Put my tail in here. And I'm going to punch it that way. Okay. Okay, let's go that direction. Up. Oh, I did it again. I punched my needle too hard. So be careful of that. If you're punching too hard, if you have too much tension, you're going to just punch it out. Okay. Ah, still doing it. Okay, come on, needle. Come on, stay put. Okay, tighten that down. All the way down. Pull up. Down. Okay, there it goes. Okay, I fixed it, guys. So be careful when you're pressing, because you do have to do a lot of, it is a force press. And sometimes it just, and then watch out for your fingers underneath it. If you're not paying attention. Okay, and I'm just filling in the collar here. Collar's going pretty quickly. Okay, now let's do one more punch for good luck. And I'm going to go up one more, and I'm going to go down one more. And maybe down one more. I'm just filling in holes. Okay, now I'm done with the collar. I'm going to put my finger on where I just punched. I'm going to cut my excess. Ouch, except you're not going to cut your finger off. So there's this. Put your tails down. Again, you don't have to hide your tails. If you're used to hiding your tails, you don't need to. And then look, guys, so look at this little guy. Can you see the yellow now? And so cute. You can see that, you know, some of my stitches aren't equal. Some are small, some are big, but that's okay. This gives it like, it looks like a little necklace or something, or a little chain on his collar. So here, I'm pretty even with my stitches. Here, not so. And so you can see, yes, I figured it out. I did. So look at, here's the green, here's the orange, here's the purple, and then I just did some yellow. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more colors left. Thank you. It does look so much better, doesn't it? Woo! It was a struggle bus last night for sure. Okay. I probably will finish the rest of this later, but I wanted to get on here and show you, like, it's really quick. You can do it. Threading the needle. You pull it through the back with your threader. You thread it through the back of the eye of the needle. You pull out the thread, and then you punch with the opening of the needle facing the way you want to go. So that is how that, I'm going to do one more color. I'll do one little color here, and then I think tonight it'll be it. And I will finish it all, and then I'll post a picture of what it looks like finished. So then you don't have to sit here watching paint dry scenario. But you can at least see that this is what we do, and this is how we do it. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of, I think I'm going to go red right here. And so I'm just going to undo my skein. And you work from your skein here. Making sure, let's see here. Okay, so here's my skein. I'm not separating the threads, just leaving it whole. And then let's thread this thing again, showing you how to do it. I'm going to do this little section, and then we'll be done. And one of the questions I asked was like, can you purchase this? Yes, you can. If you want to purchase this kit, you can just type in the word spring, and I will send you the link on how you can purchase it. It's selling for $30, and it comes with everything you need. And so it's really great. The only thing you might need to add on for a couple extra dollars more is an embroidery hoop. And if you don't have one, you can get one. If you have one, great. You can use that one too. Okay, and now I've threaded it through the full needle. Now I'm going to thread it through the back of the needle into the eye here. And I'm going to reach in between, grab my thread, pull it through the eye of the needle, separate my threader, release my thread. Okay, we have now threaded the needle. Quick and easy. Now that I've watched 4 YouTubes on how to do it. And now I'm going to pull it down, and I'm going to keep this loose. And we're doing this little section right here, and we'll do that quickly. We'll call it a night for tonight. Hold on, I'm trying to grab this tail just to loop it in. You don't have to worry. Excuse me. You don't have to worry about the tails on these, but it's that knitting and the crochet thing that has me fixing tails. So I'm just going and gliding across my fabric. I'm just following my design that I have penciled on the back, rotating my needle upward because that's the way I'm sewing. Come on. And then keeping slack on my thread that's being threaded through my needle so that it has room to sew. And we just punch our way. Eventually it starts going quicker. I'm just gliding and punching and gliding and punching. I'm going to rotate my project. And I'm going to glide across. Okay. Rotating again. And I'm going to go here. Keeping my string loose out of the way. Oops, I pulled too much up. Okay. Punch and go. Punch and go. And you can use this for anything. You can use your stencils, and then you could just add a punch art to it and add a different characteristic to your art. Whoops, it's gotten tight. Whoops. Okay, and you can put it as close as you want, far away. It's all up to you. You are the artist of your creation. Okay. Where's my big hole? There it is. Gliding down, gliding up. The big hole is facing up because I'm going up. Glide and punch and glide and punch. It's almost like Princess Diaries where our grandmother says, you must glide. We don't clunk our way through life. We glide. So it's sort of like that, but then we clunk at the end because we have to punch all the way down. Punching all the way down, not halfway, not a quarter. If you don't punch all the way down, you don't get the loops you want. So, okay, rotate. Okay. And punch it in. Gliding and going. Tanya says I'm a pro now. I said, well, not so much a pro. I had to watch 3 or 4 YouTubes. I'm actually punching from the back of the fabric. So I will show you what the front. So when you punch through, what's happening is you're creating loops on the other side. So I could have punched through the front and been left with the stitches like this in the front. Or I wanted to have the loops. So I punch from the back of the fabric to create the loops in the front. And you could do, vice versa. You could do a front, you could do a back, you could do a front, you can do a back. It's up to you how you want to do it. But I wanted my stitches to be in the back and my loops to be in the front. So what's making the loops is the string that is strung into this machine, this little needle. But then it's looped in and through. So when you are barely pulling up, you're getting a sewing machine effect. And I just pulled my string a little bit right there because I didn't want it so much exposed there. Okay, so now and then you just glide along the top of the fabric, but making sure your bevel is pointed in the direction you want to sew. Because if it's not, you're not going to be able to pick up your stitches and sew. All stitches will fall out. So we're almost done with this little section. And you want to make sure that your fabric is taut too. So sometimes you have to go and make it more taut. And I'm just filling in some holes that maybe I could see. Again, you don't have to fill in every hole, but it's just what I'm doing. Giving it a little bit more filled in area. Okay, so now I've come to the end of my section. I'm just going to release some of the thread. I'm going to cut it. And then you can glue it down. If you tend on washing this bag or anything like that, you want to make sure you have this securely down. So you can Mod Podge it down. You could put felt over the top of it and stitch it down. Then when you go to wash it, it's not gonna lose your stitches. So I'm gonna just pull out my thread. That is done. And this is all I'm gonna do tonight. I'll finish the rest off camera. But look how cute it turns out. It is very adorable. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? Oh, so that's why you penciled it. Yes, that's why I penciled it. I could see through the canvas on the other side, but it just made it easier for me to know where my boundaries were. So here's that little red that we just did. Here's his collar. Here's the purple, but you can see that they're loops. And so that's what it looks up close. Thank you. It is quite adorable. And there's his collar. And then there's that red that we just did. So I will do the last 3 sections off camera. And we'll use like this, maybe this orangey color or this and this blue in there, and we'll finish it off. But I'll finish it off camera. So I just wanted to know that I accomplished it. I figured it out. 4 YouTubes later, and now we're pro. Anyway, well, guys, I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in for 3 days for this sausage dog product, and I hope you have a wonderful night and sleep well, and I love you guys. See ya. Bye.